My wife said, "You're not the man I married." He had ambition. So I became ambitious again, just not for her. I started the business, got the body, bought the car, all after I filed. Her breakdown when she saw my new life on LinkedIn. I, 36 male, was sitting at our kitchen table when Vanessa, 34, said the words that ended our 8-year marriage. Not the divorce papers I filed 3 weeks later. Not the mediation sessions. Those actual words, delivered while I was eating leftover pizza on a Wednesday night. "You're not the man I married, Derek. He had ambition, drive. You've just settled." I looked up from my plate. She was standing there in her athleisure outfit, fresh from some boutique fitness class I was paying for, holding her phone like she'd just seen something that reminded her how disappointing I was. "What brought this on?" I asked. "Mistake number 1? Engaging." Bethany's husband just made partner at his firm. Trevor bought them a lake house. A lake house, Derek. Meanwhile, you're still doing the same IT job you had when we met, living in the same rental, driving the same boring sedan. We're comfortable. I make decent money. You work part-time by choice. Part-time because someone has to make this place look presentable for when we have people over. Do you know how embarrassing it is when my friends ask what you do and I have to say tech support? I'm a systems analyst, not tech support. Whatever. It's not impressive. She scrolled through her phone, not even looking at me. You used to talk about starting your own thing, consulting, building something. Now you just clock in, clock out, repeat. It's pathetic. That word, pathetic. I set down my pizza. Okay, what? You're right. Things need to change. She looked surprised, then smug. Finally, maybe talk to Trevor about opportunities at his. I'm filing for divorce. The smugness evaporated. Excuse me? You just told me I'm not the man you married and called me pathetic. I heard you. Message received. We're done. Derek, don't be dramatic. I'm trying to motivate you. By insulting me? Nah, I'm good. I'll have my lawyer send the papers next week. I stood up, threw my plate in the sink, and went to the spare bedroom. Slept there that night. Best sleep I'd had in months, Tibaha. Here's the thing nobody tells you about rock bottom. It's actually a great foundation to build from. I filed that Friday. Used an online service, kept it simple. No kids, no shared assets really, except some furniture. The rental lease was month to month under my name. I made $90K, she pulled maybe $18K from her interior design consulting, which was basically helping her friends pick throw pillows. Vanessa's reaction? Disbelief, then anger, then this weird confidence that I'd changed my mind. She moved to her friend Bethany's place temporarily and started posting cryptic Instagram stories about toxic people and choosing yourself. Cool, I chose myself too. Week 1 post-filing. Reached out to 3 former colleagues who'd been bugging me for years to do freelance security audits. Hey, still need help with that compliance project? All 3 said yes. Suddenly I had weekend work at $150 per hour. Week 2, signed up for a gym. Not some boutique place, just a regular gym with weights and treadmills. Started going at 5:30 a.m. before work. Nothing crazy, just showing up consistently. Week 3, opened a business checking account. Registered an LLC for consulting, cost like $200. Hammond Security Solutions. Had a logo designed on Fiverr for $50. None of this was for Vanessa. She was already gone, living her best life at Bethany's, probably trash-talking me to anyone who'd listen. This was for me, because she was right about one thing. I had settled. Not in my marriage, I'd tried there. But in my career? Yeah, I'd gotten comfortable. The divorce was going to take 6 to 8 months in our state with the mandatory waiting period. I had time. Month 2. First big consulting gig. Former employer needed a complete security overhaul. $15 project. Did it in 3 weeks while still working my day job. Exhausting? Hell yes. Worth it? Absolutely. Started seeing a therapist. $120 session, twice a month. Best money I ever spent. Worked through a lot of stuff about why I'd let myself become the guy Vanessa described. Turns out, constantly being told you're not enough makes you stop trying. Who knew? Month 3. Gym routine was showing results. Not like magazine cover results, but I'd lost 20 pounds, actually had some definition. Bought clothes that fit, nothing designer, just stuff that wasn't worn out. Consulting was picking up. Word of mouth is wild in the tech industry. One happy client tells another. I was booking projects faster than I could take them. Gave notice at my day job. Boss tried to counteroffer. I declined. Going independent, I said. He wished me luck. Vanessa heard through the grapevine. Her sister followed my former coworker on social media, apparently. She texted me directly, breaking her own lawyer-only rules she'd set. Vanessa heard her quitting her job? Are you having a midlife crisis, lol? Me. Starting my own firm. Not sure how that concerns you. Talk to your lawyer if you need something. Left on read. Felt good. Month 5, divorce was proceeding. Standard 50-50 split of the pathetic joint savings we had, about $8K. She wanted the nice TV and couch. Fine. I wanted the desk and my gaming PC. Easy. Her lawyer tried to push for temporary spousal support. My lawyer shut it down. She was capable of working full-time. Our lifestyle wasn't lavish. Marriage under 10 years. Judge agreed. No support either direction. Business was legit now. I'd cleared $60K in 5 months of freelance work on top of my salary before I quit. Once I went full-time consulting, revenue jumped. March alone I invoiced $23K. Finally hired an accountant because I had no idea what I was doing with quarterly taxes. Bought a car. Nothing insane, but not boring. A year-old Audi A4. Black. Used but clean. Paid half in cash, financed the rest. Payment was manageable with my new income. Vanessa's sister must have mentioned this too because I got another text. Vanessa, really Derek? New car? While we're still married? My lawyer will hear about this. Me, I'm allowed to make purchases with my income. Your lawyer already knows. Mine has all the documentation. Bought it outright from my consulting money, separate from marital assets. This is bullshit. You had money this whole time and kept us living like peasants? Me, I made this money in the last 5 months, after you left, after you told me I had no ambition. So you can be ambitious, you just chose not to for me? And there it was. The thing she couldn't comprehend. I didn't choose not to be ambitious for her. I stopped being ambitious because of her. Because when you're constantly told you're not enough, you start believing it, you shrink. Me, I became ambitious again when I stopped trying to be enough for someone who'd never be satisfied. Don't contact me outside of lawyer channels again. Blocked her number. Should have done it months ago. Update 1. Divorce finalized last month. 8 months start to finish. Split was clean. I kept my business, my car, my new apartment. Yeah, moved to a nicer 1-bedroom downtown. She kept her furniture and whatever savings we split. No drama at the final hearing. We barely looked at each other. I thought that was the end. I was wrong. 2 weeks after the divorce was official, I updated my LinkedIn. New profile pic taken by a photographer friend, professional but casual. Updated my job title to Founder and Principal Consultant, Hammond Security Solutions. Added some client wins with permission. Posted about completing a major certification. Within 24 hours my phone started buzzing. Friend requests from old colleagues. Congratulations messages. 3 new client inquiries, and 1 message from Vanessa's friend Bethany. Bethany, hey Derek. Congrats on the new business. Looks like you're doing amazing. We should grab coffee sometime and catch up. I'd met Bethany exactly 4 times during my marriage. We were not grab coffee people. I ignored it. Then Vanessa's sister Lauren sent a request. Denied. Then Vanessa's mom sent a Facebook friend request. We weren't even friends when I was married to her daughter. Denied. My buddy Tyler called me laughing. Dude, Vanessa's losing it. Bethany's been asking me about you, saying Vanessa's been asking about you. What did you do? Nothing. Updated LinkedIn. Bro, I looked at your profile. You look good. Like, really good. And your business is blowing up. She's definitely seen it. Not my problem, but I'll admit there was satisfaction in that. Not revenge. Just proof. Proof that I wasn't the problem. Proof that I had it in me all along. The following week I was at a coffee shop working on a proposal when someone sat down across from me, uninvited. Vanessa, we need to talk, she said. No we don't. We're divorced. We have nothing to talk about. Derek, please, just 5 minutes. She looked different. Thinner, but not in a healthy way. Dark circles under her eyes, hair pulled back in a messy way that wasn't the intentional messy she used to do. Against my better judgment, I closed my laptop. 3 minutes. I made a mistake. Okay, that's it? Just okay? Vanessa, what do you want me to say? We're divorced. You got what you wanted. You're free to find someone ambitious enough for you. I didn't want a divorce. You filed. After you told me I was pathetic and not the man you married. I was frustrated. I didn't mean, yeah, you did. And you know what? You were right. I had gotten comfortable, complacent, but that marriage was over the second you said those words. You didn't believe in me, and I realized I'd stopped believing in myself. So thanks, I guess. The divorce was the kick I needed. Her eyes were watering. So you're saying you're successful now because we're not together? I'm successful now because I'm not trying to live up to impossible standards, because I'm not being compared to Trevor and his lake house every week, because I'm working for myself, not to impress you. That's not fair. I supported you. I actually laughed. You supported me? Vanessa, you spent 8 years complaining about what I wasn't doing while contributing barely anything financially and criticizing everything I did. I made our house a home. You bought throw pillows with my money and called it interior design. She flinched. You've changed. You're cruel now. I'm honest. Maybe that's new for us. Derek, please, can we try again? I see what you've built. I see you're the man I always knew you could be. Stop. I stood up, packing my laptop. You see my LinkedIn profile and my new car, and suddenly I'm worth your time again. That's not love, that's opportunism. No, I've been miserable without you. Bethany's place is awful and dating is terrible, and I miss what we had. What we had was me shrinking myself to fit your expectations and you never being satisfied. I don't miss that, at all. I started walking away. She followed me outside. Derek, wait, at least tell me you'll think about it. There's nothing to think about. Move on, Vanessa. I have. I got in my Audi and drove away. In the rearview mirror, I saw her standing on the sidewalk, crying. I felt nothing. No satisfaction, no guilt, just nothing. That chapter was closed. Tyler called me that night. Bethany just texted me, said Vanessa had a full breakdown at her place. Apparently, she saw your business is booming post and realized you're actually doing well. And she's been telling everyone the divorce was mutual, that you guys just grew apart. Now she's spiraling because people are gonna see you succeeding and her still living with Bethany. Still not my problem. Cold, dude. I like this version of you. Not cold, just done. Update 2. Thought the coffee shop ambush was the end. It wasn't. Vanessa started showing up. Not stalking exactly, but convenient encounters. At the grocery store near my apartment. At the gym, she'd never worked out there before. Outside my building, just walking by. Each time, hey, weird running into you, how are you? You look great, we should really talk. I kept it brief, polite, distant, started shopping at different times, switched to a different gym location. Then her mom called my phone. I'd forgotten to block her. Derek, it's Patricia. I think we should talk about Vanessa. Hi, Patricia. There's nothing to talk about, we're divorced. She's not doing well, she's depressed, barely eating, lost her spark. And I see you're doing wonderfully, buying fancy cars, starting businesses. Are you saying I should feel guilty for moving forward? I'm saying you made a commitment, for better or worse. She's going through worse right now, and you've abandoned her. Patricia, with respect, she's the one who told me I wasn't ambitious enough. I became ambitious. Now she's upset I'm not ambitious for her benefit. That's not my problem to solve. She's my daughter. She's hurting. And I'm sorry she's hurting. But I spent 8 years hurting while she criticized everything about me. I'm not going back to that. You're selfish. I always knew it. She hung up. I blocked the number. The next week, I got an email at my business address from Vanessa. Subject, important, business opportunity. Curiosity got me. I opened it. Derek, I know you probably don't want to hear from me, but I'm reaching out professionally. I've been building my interior design business and have a potential client who needs office space designed. They also need IT security consulting. I immediately thought of you. This could be great for both of us. $50K plus project total. Can we meet to discuss? I promise it's purely professional. I really think we could make a great team. I stared at it for a solid minute, then called Tyler. She's trying to use business as an excuse to see you, he said immediately after I read it to him. Yeah, that's what I thought. You gonna take the meeting? Hell no. Even if the opportunity's real, working with her would be a nightmare. She'd use it to worm back into my life. Smart. What are you gonna say? Nothing. I'm gonna ignore it. So I did. 3 days later, another email. Derek, did you get my last email? This is a really good opportunity. The client is willing to pay premium rates. Let me know ASAP. Ignore it again. Day 5, she called my business line. I'd set up a proper number with voicemail. She left a message. Hey, it's Vanessa. I know you're probably busy, but this client is getting impatient. They specifically asked for you after I showed them your website. Please call me back. This is about business, Derek. We're both adults. We can work together professionally. Call me. I didn't call. The following Monday, I got an email from an address I didn't recognize. Trevor Westwick, CFO, Westwick Properties. Trevor, Bethany's husband, the lake house guy. Mr. Hammond, your name was recommended by an associate for a security consulting project. I'd like to discuss scope and pricing. Please reply at your earliest convenience. Best, Trevor Westwick. I googled the company. Legitimate property development firm, good reputation. Trevor was listed as CFO, but the timing was suspicious as hell. I replied professionally, Mr. Westwick, thank you for reaching out. I'd be happy to discuss your security needs. Before we proceed, can you share who referred you to my firm? Best, Derek Hammond. His response came 2 hours later. Vanessa Hammond mentioned your firm. She's helping us with office redesigns. There it was. She was using her connection with Bethany to create a business opportunity that would force us to interact. I replied, thank you for the referral. However, I have a policy against working on projects where there's a potential conflict of interest with personal connections. I'd be happy to refer you to 2 other excellent consultants in the area if you'd like. Attached contact info for 2 competitors I respected. He thanked me, and that was that. Vanessa called my business line immediately. I let it go to voicemail. Derek, are you kidding me right now? You turned down a project because of me? Grow up. This was a real opportunity. You're sabotaging both of us because you're petty. Call me back. Save the voicemail. Didn't call back. That weekend, she showed up at my apartment building. Buzzed up from the lobby. It's Vanessa. Let me up. We need to talk. No. Derek, I'm not leaving until you let me explain. Then you're gonna be there a while. I hung up the intercom and called building security. Hi, my ex-wife is in the lobby and won't leave. We're divorced. She doesn't live here, and I've asked her to leave. Can you escort her out? They did. She called me screaming. My phone recognized her number even though I'd blocked it. Apparently she was calling from a different phone. You called security on me? I just wanted to talk. I've told you repeatedly I don't want contact with you. You keep showing up. That's harassment, Vanessa. I'm not harassing you. I'm trying to help both our careers. I don't need your help. I don't want your help. Stop contacting me. Stop showing up. Move on. Fine. Fine. I was trying to be nice, trying to help you network, but you're too proud and stupid to see it. You're gonna regret this when my business takes off and you're still doing small-time consulting. Maybe, but at least I won't have to deal with you. She hung up. I blocked that number too. Tyler came over that night with beer. Bro, she's unraveling. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Cold. Necessary. Update 3. Final. It's been 4 months since the security incident at my building. Things have been quiet. Too quiet, honestly. I kept waiting for the next shoe to drop, but Vanessa had gone silent. My business was thriving. I'd hired a part-time admin assistant to handle scheduling and billing. Brought on a junior consultant. Signed a 6-month contract with a major client that would net me 6 figures. Moved to a bigger apartment, 2-bedroom, so I could have a proper home office. Life was good, really good. Then last Tuesday I got a text from an unknown number. This is Bethany. I know you don't want to hear from me, but I thought you should know Vanessa's in the hospital. She had a breakdown, like a real one. Her mom found her at the apartment she finally got, not eating, not sleeping, just obsessing over your LinkedIn. It's bad, Derek. I stared at the text for a long time, felt complicated. Not guilty, exactly, but not nothing either. I didn't respond. An hour later, Patricia called from yet another new number. I picked up without thinking. Derek, thank God, you need to come to the hospital. Vanessa's asking for you. The doctors said. Patricia, stop. I'm sorry she's struggling. I genuinely am. But I'm not coming to the hospital. We're divorced. I'm not her person anymore. She's sick, mentally ill, because of what you did. What I did was divorce her after she told me I was pathetic. Then I improved my life. That's not a crime. You flaunted it, your fancy car, your business, posting everything online where she could see it. I posted professional updates on LinkedIn. That's not flaunting, that's networking. Patricia, I need you to hear me. Vanessa's mental health is not my responsibility. She has family, friends, professionals. I hope she gets the help she needs, but I cannot be part of her support system. It's not healthy for either of us. You heartless son of a... I hung up. Blocked that number too. Tyler called me later. Bethany told me about Vanessa. You okay? Yeah, I mean, it sucks that she's going through that, but I can't fix her, Tyler. I tried for 8 years to be enough for her, and it was never enough. I'm not going back into that. Good. Just checking. Bethany's been guilt-tripping me to guilt-trip you. Tell Bethany to mind her business. Already did. Last Friday, I got a letter, actual physical mail, addressed to my business office. Patricia's handwriting on the envelope. Inside was a 3-page letter about how I'd destroyed her daughter, how the man she met at our wedding would never have been so cruel, how karma would catch up to me, how I'd end up alone and realize too late what I'd lost. The last paragraph. Vanessa is in intensive therapy now. She's on medication. She can barely work. She had to move back home with us because she can't afford her apartment anymore. Meanwhile, you're buying sports cars and living in luxury, built on the back of our family's pain. I hope you're happy with yourself. I wasn't happy about Vanessa's breakdown. I wasn't. Mental health struggles are real and painful, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone, but I also wasn't responsible for it. I wrote one response letter, kept it brief. Patricia, I'm sorry Vanessa is struggling. I hope she gets the help she needs and makes a full recovery. However, I will not accept blame for the consequences of choices she made. She ended our marriage with her words and actions. I moved forward with my life as anyone would after a divorce. I will not be responding to further contact from you or Vanessa. Please respect that boundary. Derek mailed it, then blocked her email for good measure. Yesterday I got a LinkedIn message from Vanessa. She'd created a brand new profile just to message me. The profile had no photo, no job history, just her name. I'm sorry for everything. You deserved better from me. I see that now. I don't expect you to respond. I just needed you to know that I understand why you left, and I don't blame you anymore. I'm working on myself. Really working on it. I hope you're happy. I mean that. You deserve to be happy. I read it twice. It seemed genuine. Growth, maybe? Or manipulation? Hard to tell. I didn't respond, but I didn't block her either. Just archived the message and moved on. Here's the thing about revenge. This wasn't revenge. Revenge would have been deliberately trying to hurt her. Posting things to make her jealous, sabotaging her business, turning people against her. I didn't do any of that. I just lived my life, became the person I was capable of being, built the business I'd always wanted to build, got healthy, bought nice things I could afford. The fact that she couldn't handle seeing me succeed, that wasn't on me. That was her own insecurity, her own regret, her own inability to be happy for someone she once claimed to love. I didn't become successful to spite her. I became successful because I finally stopped letting her opinion define my worth. Last week I signed a lease on a small office space. Real office, not home office. 2 desks, a conference room, my company name on the door. My admin assistant was thrilled. The junior consultant starts full-time next month. I'm dating someone. Natalie. Met her at a networking event. She runs her own marketing firm. We've been out 4 times. She's funny, driven, supportive. When I told her about my ex, she said, "So she didn't see your potential, and now she's mad you found it without her?" That's her loss. Yeah, her loss. I'm not living in luxury like Patricia's letter claimed. I'm living comfortably in a nice apartment with a reliable car and a growing business. I work hard, 70-hour weeks sometimes, but I love what I do. I'm not happy because Vanessa's struggling. I'm happy because I'm not struggling anymore. The man she married did have ambition. She just spent so many years crushing it that she stopped recognizing it. When she finally pushed hard enough, I left. And without her crushing weight on my shoulders, I could finally stand up straight. To anyone reading this who's in a relationship where someone makes you feel small, leave. I'm serious. It doesn't get better. They don't suddenly start appreciating you. You just get smaller and smaller until you forget what it feels like to take up space. I remembered, and I'm never going back. Vanessa was right about one thing though. I'm not the man she married. I'm better.